We want home screen, right? Or
Let's just do this. Yeah, sure, it doesn't matter. You guys see this all right?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
All right, then we'll get started.
All right. So Morgan and Tamisha already know us, but I'm William,
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Alex.
and we're presenting our work this semester, which was a content automation workflow. So starting with the project goals, these are way back in September. But essentially we were told that TMT or Community wanted something to automate the creation of short form content from your guys' webinars.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it'll transcribe and post those videos to different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it's chosen. And it should be mostly automated with little interaction from the client. It's just submitting that link to the webinar and then approving the uh, which clips you want posted. And before our tool, this was done manually. Oh, and
Yeah, so before we get any further, for the demo later, we're gonna get the initials workflow started. So to do that, we'll get into this a little bit later, but for now, we're just gonna submit the work order form with the YouTube link to a past Community webinar, and this will be working through in the background to get everything ready for later.
And going back to the presentation, what we've accomplished is just that. We built the fully automated pipeline all the way from video intake to scheduled posting. There's clip generation, content approval, posting to the different platforms, and it really saves a lot of time. Instead of having to do it manually, it's done using a bunch of different AI tools. And so how this benefits the user is that there's obviously that video gets transformed into a bunch of shorter clips and posted. They can approve that content through our dashboard. They can control post times and dates, right? Like maybe you want 7 days a week, 7 posts a week. And it's really just a few clicks. And going on into the workflow, you guys saw earlier, this content automation form. This is where it all starts. The user just puts in their webinar link into that third box there, that long form video URL, and just hit submit. Then it goes to our processing system until it's all done. All the clips have been edited and captions and all that. And the user will get an email saying that they can now view that content and approve which clips they want to approve. And so here is just like the work orders page in case you have multiple webinars being processed. And this is kind of like what that content approval system looks like, where all the clips get put here. You can watch each one of them individually. You can approve or deny and see the details on what makes that clip good and a summary of what that clip is in case, instead of watching it, you want to read that description. And then once that's approved, the content will get scheduled and posted. And so here we have a couple screenshots, one from Instagram and one on Facebook of it being actually posted.
Okay. So moving on to the behind the scenes while we're still processing through the workflow. These are some of the main tools that we're using. We've tested a lot of other tools. We've had issues with other tools, but these are the 6 that have worked for our solution. N8N is kind of the brain behind the workflow. It coordinates all of these nodes from different tools as a single pipeline, so it can run without any user interaction. Airtable is our cloud storage solution for things like metadata and storing each work order. So we'll have a link to webinars and created content on there. Whereas Cloudflare is going to be our media storage. Right now, this can store up to 10 gigabytes of videos, and it's very easy to scale. So it will be easy to continue using in the future. Um, the clipping tool that we decided on, which took up a bit of our time, was Vizard. And this can create up to 30 clips from a 90-minute webinar and even up to 10 clips from a short 20-minute video. So it will produce a lot of good content from just a single long video. Go High Level is a good platform for user access. This will be where you see dashboards and things like the work order form that Will showed. And then last, Grok is a light solution for creating things like video descriptions and hashtags that will be really good for better outreach.
And to get even deeper in the technical side of things, this is N8N, just a snapshot of our automated workflow that we'll get into more detail once we get into the demo. But there's three main sections: intaking your work order form and the URL you submitted, creating the clips, and then storing those in our various storage platforms. The second section is scheduling your approved work order content to all your platforms. And then thirdly, checking if any posts are ready to be posted and posting to your platforms.
Okay. We also have faced a lot of different challenges over the semester that required some creative solutions. Rate limiting with different APIs and inconsistent API responses were things we needed to test a lot. So we've implemented a lot of retrying logic and error handling. We've also had we've spent some time thinking about how to work on posting and scheduling things, and we've developed a pretty cool queuing system for that, which we'll show later as well. And also we had some issues with storage requirements with things like Go High Level, which TMT already uses, but we've used things like Cloudflare to circumvent our storage issues. If you want to say anything else.
I think that covers it. Now kind of in the meat of this, the full demo. So we'll go through the different tools we use, kind of how it'll look on your end, how it looks on the back end of things, and that kind of stuff. So as Will showed, you submit the form. This information that you send through Go High Level, as well as your contact information, gets sent to N8N, our workflow solution. And so that gets sent to this first workflow here. Then takes your work order and creates the content. So if you're a new contact, we create a new storage base for you in Airtable. All the new tables, schedule tables, queue tables, work order tables, all that stuff. That gets set up if you're a new contact. If not, we just fill in the information you sent. Once that's all set up and ready to go, we send your long form video to Vizard. It cuts that up into as many clips as it can, captions it, all that fun stuff. Once that's all done and ready, we start storing that information. So we download each piece of content, we store it in Cloudflare, and then we send the videos to Grok to create video descriptions, hashtags, and then finally store all that information in Airtable and send a notification that, hey, your post is ready to be approved. So we'll go through kind of our storage here. Second. So this is the business name that was just submitted through the form, Community University Test Business. So this base was just created just now. It might not be done yet. We'll see. Takes usually 10 to 15 minutes. So we got a few minutes to go, but as that's working, we'll kind of keep looking through our workflow here. So once that's all stored, you'll be able to approve the content. And so the approved content is sent to this workflow here. And we get your schedule platform, your schedule records that will show you in just a minute once that's all set up. And it it assigns each piece of content to a slot in that schedule, and then it adds that to the platform schedule. And if there's no room left in the schedule, then it adds it to a queue. And so that once content is taken off that schedule, there's automatically new content to fill that open slot. And that's done for each platform. And then every 30 minutes, this piece of the workflow will run, and it'll check if any of the time slots are ready to be posted. So say you had a time slot at 11 a.m. today. If that ran right now, it would see, okay, we've got a piece of content ready to be scheduled or ready to be posted. It'll grab that piece of content. It will get your social media platform information from Go High Level once you've connected that. And then it'll, through the Go High Level API, it'll send that post, and that'll create it, and we'll just wait for that to be created. And then it'll send a notification, hey, your post is scheduled, take a look at it, and it'll grab from the queue, the schedule queue, to refill that slot in the schedule. And so that's kind of the whole workflow from intaking your work order URL and scheduling the posts and then posting them once they're ready. Got a couple more minutes here, hopefully.
While we're waiting, is there any questions?
Yeah, there's a lot kind of going on, but any questions?
Tyler, William, Alex, can you send me over a password sheet with all of those passwords? So, because I think we started those accounts, I gave them to you in passing, so I could not pull those passwords if I needed to, especially Cloudflare. Because how did y'all do Cloud? Is that something that we ordered, or is that you start off free with that one?
So Cloudflare right now we're using a free account that I think it's just under Tyler's name right now. So
okay, so can we get that? Can we get all of those accounts, passwords, and usernames so that we can have access to them? So that we don't,
absolutely.
the system doesn't go down and we have to find Tyler next semester to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll also provide some documentation how you could set up your own account and get that all up and running as well.
Okay, and the Cloudflare, is there any else? Because I know Visit we did, N8 we did.
Yeah.
High level was ours. So can we actually do a high level from a TNT work order and place it into other clients that have high level? Because some of my other clients have high level as well. Can we set the accounts up from Airtable to go to their high level? Is that where it, or from Cloudflare to go to their high level? Can we do that? Or
yeah, if they have
high level
sub accounts within Go High Level.
Well, not our accounts, no. So they would have to be sub accounts for the TNT for them to spit back out and actually post to sub accounts for high level. Is that how that works?
We haven't tested adding additional accounts and stuff like that. That's definitely something
we can document. Specifically about do they have their own high level account or do they have a sub account? That's what I'm are they agency
their own high level account? Because we have some clients that have their own high level account. And then we have some clients that are sub accounts within the TMT Youth Community Foundation. And then we have some accounts that are just accounts that's right there in TMT Youth Community Foundation. So how do we differentiate where those where that video goes after approval?
So they'll the website dashboard that we made here, ideally this would be set up through your Go High Level, and that's something that we haven't it's kind of been out of our scope a little bit, is going to that far into the Go High Level, but they'd be able to access it through that and submit their information and see stuff.
That's fine. I mean, because this is like I said, this is the foundation of how we're going to, move with using AI to be able to deliver content. So this is, first iteration. Just wanted to know, does it all have to be from the high level account? And right now it does.
Well, it could be from any sub account. Ideally, we would put this in every single account so that it would operate separately.
Oh, so we would actually have the client actually put this into their own system if they wanted.
Right.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So it would run from our N8N, but ideally they would put it in their sub account so that when they went to place a work order, it would all go through there and it would work specifically with their N8N and with their social media.
Got you. Okay. Okay. And that's okay.
Yeah, the N8N and Airtable, like all those workflows are equipped to handle like different clients. All that's different is them accessing and submitting their own information through something like this dashboard.
Okay. Got you.
So, any other questions before we keep going?
Yeah, I think Tamisha just asked technically the question I had was, where does the content go once it's run? And can it be run like multiple times? Can you schedule it like more than once to repeat?
So like for one clip to post multiple times, or just in general?
Yes. One clip.
So like post multiple times to one platform?
Or more than one, either one platform or more than one platform.
Yeah, so the way we have it now is each piece of content is scheduled for each platform. So it'll be posted along all your different platforms.
Okay. That's good.
And can you go back and retrieve and rerun it?
That's maybe something that could be set up in the future, having like a way to, because you could do it manually and just add it to the schedule, but that's not something that's set up currently in the automated workflow.
Okay.
And so when it gets run, as Morgan was saying, or proposing, that it comes back and is stored in each client's own higher level account.
Right now,
in your own Cloudflare. That's where all the videos are hosted.
Okay.
And so each client would probably have their own like Cloudflare
Setup.
folder.
Right.
So this
And
is
that would be on our back end. Like you would never see that. But that Cloudflare folder would hold all of your videos.
and that's probably we're gonna have to charge clients in the future for a setup fee to be able to pull it together. The IT part to deliver it, AI.
Can you guys show the Cloudflare folder right quick? Is that possible?
Sure. So this is the folder that was just created for the community university test business.
Correct.
And then we do a month year folder, so December 2025. And then this is the most recent work order that was just created.
Right.
And so this is all the content. Since it's just backend purposes, we just store it with a content ID. And this is how it's retrieved from the workflow.
And just to jump in, I think a lot of it will make a lot more sense once we show off the full demo.
I agree.
I'm managing to hang on.
It's all good. It's definitely a little more complicated.
Yeah, it's
AI stock. You're working for Community University. This is like this. The first set of interns. It took 4 interns creating 4 different accounts to get the 40 videos that we delivered that were raw. So now we're getting it done in 20 seconds. 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Yeah. So can you imagine 4 different students having to create multiple accounts for whatever they did to produce that 40, and now you're about to have it all in 15 minutes.
And I got you. I'm like I said, I'm hanging on.
Okay.
Now don't ask me to repeat it. I can't do that, but I'm hanging on.
Okay.
I want to say thank you again to the guys. Like I said, I'm hanging on. I'm seeing what you're doing. Don't ask me to explain it to somebody else. I hope all of this is taped so we can show this to the board, right?
It is. It is.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys finish the presentation.
Okay, so we'll
hopefully it should be done.
The presentation?
No, the workflow.
Yeah.
The video, yeah.
Hold on here. Here we go. So this is Airtable. So this is where all your schedules, your queues, and your content is stored. So this is the work orders page. This is the work order that was just submitted through that intake form. And so the information, the email organization, the URL that you submitted is all stored here for safekeeping. And then the content for that work order is stored in a work orders table. And so each piece of content is given an ID. You got the title, description, transcript, and most importantly, the URL from Cloudflare to be able to fetch that piece of media. And then once you approve of the content, so this is just kind of our sample way of getting through the workflow and connecting specifically to your business and your base in like a production kind of way. This would probably be like a more formal sign-in page, but for now, this is how we're going about it. So this is how you access this specific work order that you just created. We go to approve the content, and you give it a second here to load all the videos, and it'll show each piece of content that was just created. So it's the first one here. You can take a look at the video, you can play it. We got the title. This is something that Visage creates as a virality score that kind of gives you a baseline of how much potential and outreach the video might have, with a little reason for it, and then you can
The women demanded freedom from right supervision for those.
so preview of the video. Get more information about the virality score, the description, and some hashtags that can be used when you post. Assuming we're happy with all the clips here, you could approve or deny whichever ones, but for the demo's sake, we'll approve all of them and we will submit them. And then this gets sent to the scheduling workflow that I was talking about earlier. This will take maybe about a minute and a half or so. So while that's working, we'll get back into the storage. So this will start populating these schedule tables. So this is the Instagram schedule table. For as of right now, just a baseline, we have 3 slots per 7 days. So today we've got a 9 o'clock, a 12 o'clock, and a 15 or 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and a 3 o'clock slot. For the demo, we'll just change one of these to say 11:20, so that when we go to the scheduling, it'll see that this post is ready to be scheduled because it was within the last 30 minutes, and so it'll go to schedule that. It's already starting to fill up this table with the content from the work order we just approved. So it's giving all that content information. So once we grab from this table the post, it'll have all the information it needs. Any additional, because this is only 21 slots for the week, and since we made 40 clips, we're gonna have to put those extra clips somewhere. So those will go into this queue. And so once something is posted from the schedule, it'll clear up that slot, and then we'll grab from this queue to refill that slot for the next week. And so that's happening for each schedule at the moment. And so we'll go through and change a couple more of these times. And so this is something we'll get into a little bit with like the future kind of steps, but ideally there'd be some kind of dashboard to edit the schedule, update the schedule, stuff like that. So that the user has a better interface onto it. But for now, the schedule is just manual, updating it at least.
And also you'll see there's an active time slot column. So if you didn't want to post 3 videos a day because you might run out of content that was created, you can check some of these off and do 2 a day, or don't do posts on weekends, and then kind of spread the content out over the course of a month.
So that just finished. So all the content is scheduled from that work order. All that content you just approved is scheduled for at least the following week, and then whatever's left is put in the queue for the following weeks. So now we can go to the posting workflow. So this gets triggered every 30 minutes, and it checks if there's any posts ready to be posted within the last 30 minutes. If so, it'll go and post them. So we'll just run this manually for the demo.
Yeah, I was like, we don't want to wait 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Be a little slow, a lot going on.
And then just a reminder, this is all just the behind the scenes. You guys won't have to worry too much about what happens like going on here. It's mostly that work order intake form that you saw at the very beginning, and then that approval page where you just approve or deny certain clips. Those are really the only two pages that the user has to worry about and pay attention to.
Right. Yeah, don't worry.
Other than that, it's just all kind of technical information, understanding how it's all working in the
Yeah,
background.
you won't have to worry about any of this stuff. Yep, the
Yep.
work order page and the approval page will be your 2 pages.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's a lot going on for sure. But there's a lot of tools to kind of integrate all into one thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's really
Got too many tabs, I think, probably. Video notes.
That's okay. It's happening slowly but surely.
Yep. This usually takes maybe a couple minutes at most. Depends on how many clips you have, but at one time. And so yeah, so this entire workflow we've been creating, going through and submitting a whole work order from like an hour, hour and a half long webinar and getting 30, 40, 50 clips could be done in 20 to 30 minutes. And so obviously, if this was done manually, it could be hours. So it's a big improvement efficiency wise. So it looks like the content has been posted. It's just refilling the schedules. So this will let me here. Okay. There we go. Okay. This one here. We'll refresh this. And so this is the Go High Level social media planner page. So this could be one way that the user interfaces and sees their posts.
Mhm.
So let me move this for self. So these are all 1126. These were just created. So you can kind of see the post preview here. And these are all getting posted to a test account that we created just for testing purposes and just to prove that everything works. The reason that you see failed on the TikTok is because for some reason, the Go High Level API really doesn't like TikTok or like external storage solutions. So that's been something we've been working really hard to fix. One potential solution that we've could see possibly working is since Go High Level has recently updated their compression for videos, it might be more feasible to upload directly to Go High Level those videos. So that could be a way to work around that in the future. So we'll just look back at the schedule real quick and see what's updated. Look at Instagram, for example. And so this used to be the content ID with the ID of 3, but we just pulled off of the queue since that number 3 piece of content was just posted. We grabbed the 21 from the queue and updated the schedule for the next week. And so that's kind of the whole workflow from updating the
Uploading the
Yep.
link to clips and then scheduling and posting.
Yep, and then updating the schedule once we post it. And so, any questions on that kind of aspect of the workflow?
Nope.
All right, so we'll give some final wrap up with the presentation here.
Do you want to take it, Alex, or should I?
Yeah. I have the next slide.
Oh, yeah. So we kind of talked about it before, but what all this kind of just replaces is, having a video editor that you have to hire to do the editing and the clipping and the captions and, polishing the video, making it fit the screen, all that. And then like a social media person that has to like worry about, oh, I have to post this video at 9:30, at 12 p.m. or at 3 p.m., right? Instead of having someone do that, this is all automated. And so we estimate that it's about 10 to 20 hours of labor for just like one webinar with like all the editing and posting and all that. But we saw today that we started at what time is it? It's like 11:30 and it took about 30-40 minutes for the whole process. And this is also just for one webinar. If you want, we could,
but also outreach.
yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit too, right? But that was just for one webinar, and you could keep on making work orders with different webinars if you had a few backed up, and it'll also add to that queue and start posting. But yeah, we can talk about that outreach too, where today it's all about like the social media platforms, and that's what people use now to see a lot of content. And so just in like the past, I guess like few weeks of testing, we've actually gotten like a few videos with like a few thousand views already. We can show that.
Yeah, sure.
As well.
So this is our testing Facebook account. We just used a lot of the clips are duplicate just because we're posting for testing purposes. So we're posting the same clips over and over from different tests. But
You mean you put that ugly, crazy looking one? No, y'all did it. I told y'all to trash that one. Okay.
Yes, these are just the clips that Vizard creates on its own, and for testing purposes, we were just approving all of them. But this is obviously something that, like that clip, for example, you could deny, and that would never get posted. But just for the testing account, these last few clips were submitted in the last couple of days. This clip has 1.3 thousand views. This one has 1.2 thousand views. And this one has 1,000 views. Just to show the potential outreach with something with just short form content and stuff like that, and the potential of this tool.
And you guys did this from a freshly connected, created account. You didn't actually
Yeah,
go
this is
through
a
any
brand
type
new
of
account. It had no
warm-up
followers.
process. Now that is very interesting.
It's very impressive because that's very impressive. So whose account was that started from?
Mine.
Okay.
Just because
And that's
I
because you
tried to
got
create like a generic testing account, but the like the verification process on Facebook is pretty extensive. So
and then the algorithms too are probably going through Tyler's network. So this is like, being able to put your story out there in front of I mean, because the algorithm is going to kind of put that around the people that he knows because he created that account.
Right.
it was also a brand new account, so it was completely fresh and started from zero.
Yeah, but they're gonna because you created the account from your account, they're gonna build the algorithm is going to kind of leverage your account as where they're going to, where this information lands. Where it lands.
Yeah, but it's not my personal account. It's
Right,
just
as
a
I say,
create
he
account.
made a brand new account.
Yeah, I made a
Oh, you
brand new
ran a brand
Facebook
new
account.
Facebook account. Okay,
Right.
gotcha.
Yeah.
On this?
Yep. And so we think this is a really good flexible foundation. Some of the tools we've shown can be replaced with new solutions in the future. But in general, some things that could be considered that we could improve upon in the future is using other content forms and platforms. So a good example of this is posting written blogs on platforms like LinkedIn or even Facebook, and Instagram and Facebook images. And we've even looked at using Canva to create quizzes. We also want to be able to add personalized B-roll footage. So like you said, with the video that you wanted something else on this thumbnail, right? We would want to be able to integrate that from your Zenfolio. And then we'd also consider making a dashboard so you could easily request schedule changes, either removing certain days, changing times based on what videos are reaching more people, right? So that's some of the things to look forward to for the future.
Fantastic. You just used the term related to Canva, I think it was.
Yeah.
Quizit? Quizit?
Quizzes,
Like-
yeah,
Oh, quizzes.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they have a tool where you can take some of the written content like transcripts and create automated quizzes and other types of content that
Okay.
users can interact with, and will reach a
Okay.
different group of people.
Okay.
That must be new.
No, the last team, they created some quizzes for Sheffield in Community.
In
Um,
Canva.
yeah, in Canva. Yep, they sure
Wow.
did.
Mm.
Okay.
The Nate team did. They're in the back office.
I never saw that.
Well, just to finish,
That is
just want to say
fantastic.
thank you for the opportunity to work on something like this. For me, it's been a very valuable experience just working with you guys to back and forth every week. Do you have any final questions?
Yeah, I would just say make sure you send the all the documentation over to Tamisha so we can get logged in, make sure everything stays complete. But honestly, you guys did an amazing job. I'm so
Yeah.
proud of you. It was great working with all of
Yes.
you. You know, if you guys ever need any references or something, just, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Agreed.
Well, go ahead.
No, I just said agreed. And I love it.
Awesome.
I got some questions for Tamisha and Morgan, but for y'all, fantastic. And you know, you can put our name down for references.
Awesome. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you.
And Brian, for you, what was this like for you? In this project, for your classes? Can you see this us doing this again with another set of students next semester to grow what this looks like?
Yeah, it's good to have the opportunity. It's like, with the Ripen platform, finding the right fit. And this felt like a right fit after triaging a lot of different companies and stuff. I know the students found it valuable. We're going to be looking for other opportunities in the future, but it's kind of like a project like this. Once you have the relationship sort of established, right? So now you're very familiar with Champlain College in a way, right? We're familiar
Right.
with you all. It's like,
Right.
this can live in another space, in another way, in another world, right? Where it can be that relationship can be built in other ways beyond just through the Ripen platform. I'll say it. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but it's something where we can continue to sort of grow and work on stuff. So it's been an extremely valuable experience for the students themselves. I know they've got a lot of exposure to all the tools. These are tools that they could potentially see in other organizations that they end up in. Or just automating workflows, tools like N8N and Airtable, stuff that they may not have experienced before, but now can really understand how they plug into sort of more modern ecosystems, software development, that kind of stuff. So extremely valuable. It's been great. And I'm sure I think you're happy too. So.
Yeah, I'm elated. I think this helps workflows and helps us be able to do a bigger, more robust job for Communiversity and any client looking for being able to get out there. So we greatly appreciate your time, your effort, Morgan, for showing up every week for you guys, and for you guys for doing all the work. So we appreciate this.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think within the next week or so, we'll share a Google folder with all our documentation, setup info, all the work that we've done so far. We'll share it with you guys for the next week or so.
Okay.
All right.
They're great.
Awesome. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Don't be strangers.
A pluses. A pluses for all their grades.
Thank you. All right.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
So those were our kids.
Now, where's Champlain? Champlain is in.
I don't know. Is it in Chicago?
I don't
Is it
know.
Illinois? There's a Champlain, Illinois.
Yeah, it's in Illinois. Yeah, okay, that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I think it's I think that it's trying to turn my camera around. I don't know how I turned it around. Y'all seeing my furniture right now.
I see the can of deodorant over there.